I've got just some more Kickstarter news for you.
Good.
After their hugely successful Lord of the Rings $1 million Kickstarter, Freeleague Publishing have announced their next crowdfunding campaign. They're going to be converting the highly acclaimed Symbaroum dark
Symbaroum?
art.
Symbaroum?
Yeah.
I think
Symbaroum,
it's Symbaroum.
dark RPG. And they're doing it with a 5e rule set, which is quite cool. I'll read you the little blurb about it. It's not that long. Symbaroum invites you to join in the adventure, explore the vast forests of Davokar in the hunt for treasures, lost wisdoms, and fame. Visit the barbarian clans to trade or to plunder their treasures. Establish a base of power amongst the princes, guilds, or rebellious refugees in the capital city of Yundaros, or survive encounters with arch trolls, dark-minded blight beasts, and undead warlords. But whatever you do, never ignore the warnings spoken by the wardens of the forest. Tread carefully and do not disturb the ruins of old, for the dark deep of Davokar is about to awaken.
Ross, could you advise us what those warnings of the wardens of the forest might be?
They just say don't go into that forest. It's pretty dangerous. There's
no
dark-minded blight beasts and
no picnics, might attract bears, things like that.
Park wardens.
I'm going to say, I'm always excited about new stuff coming out and things like that. But what is different about this franchise? Because that all sounded much of a muchness. I hate to pour cold water on it, but you know what I mean. It's like you can raid barbarians, or you can be careful of the people who live in the forest who are probably like elves.
I think it's just the setting. I think they've got I think it was quite popular. It won a nominee for best original idea or something, I think.
Oh, really?
When it came out. It came out in 2016, and they used the D20 system, but it wasn't 5e. So now they're doing it again, but they're going to put it as a 5e thing. And it will include the player's guide, game mastery guide, and a bestiary as well.
Okay.
Symbaroum does have a bit of clout behind it, as far as I'm aware. I've never played it. I've only ever heard about it. I believe that the London role-playing community were playing games of it. Shout out LRC. But yes, I have heard of it. And I know it has gathered steam.
Right, so definitely want to keep an eye on. Chris says that I thought the draw of that game is how brutal it is. I don't get the 5e conversion. Well, maybe they'll keep...
April 13th. April 13th is when it's coming out on Kickstarter. So yeah, give it a look, see what the crack is, and I
think definitely if it's won awards for originality, then
it was a nominee. It was a nominee. It didn't win, but it was nominated. So that's good.
That's good. It's good.
Yeah, to be nominated.
Yeah, I've never been nominated for originality. Hell no.
And last piece of news, Modifius Entertainment have opened up pre-orders for their new Fallout 2D20 RPG game with a GM toolkit, dice, and special editions of the book. In the role-playing game, players take on the role of survivors, super mutants, ghouls, and those quirky Mr. Hand robots to explore post-apocalyptic plots, barter with bottle caps, and take on rivals. Now, Scott is quite versed in Fallout 4 at the moment, so he's probably...
That excites me. It shouldn't excite me because it's a franchise. I think role playing games are more fun when it's your own creation, or an original world. However, I would like to play a Fallout RPG. I'm knee deep in it at the moment. I'm about to complete Fallout 4, and I would be thoroughly invested in playing because all those things you said just then, a few Fallout games ago, you're like, players a super mutant, players a Mr. Handy robot. But having played a few of the games now, I'm I would love to see a game with those characters in it.
Yeah, definitely. And I haven't played Fallout 4, but one of the criticisms that was levelled at it when it was released was that they'd stripped back the RPG element of it. It's a little bit less RPG than, say, Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas. So actually offering an RPG system, well, that answers that, doesn't it? It is nothing but the RPG. So cool.
Do they know just the point of nerdism? Do they know where it's going to be set in Fallout America? Do you know which bit, the Commonwealth, or I didn't know if they'd say.
No, not yet. It didn't.
There's
say
probably
on the
bits
thing,
for each. There's probably setting bits for each, or maybe there's...
It says, all it is a 400-page hardbound rule book, contains lore of the game, concept art from the video games on which it is based, and the 2D20 cinematic rules engine. The game costs £38. So, and
400 pages. You'd expect more than one setting to be in there, more than one bit of America's going to be in
I
this
would
400 pages.
think, yes. And also for fan service, surely they're going to include some of the much loved locations from the games, sort of areas like Washington and, as you say, New Vegas and all that kind of stuff, to spread it about a bit. So exciting times.
After he sort of gets up and goes away, Caragor just calmly gets out his 4 kukris, 2 plus 1 striking daggers. He just counts all of his weapons and goes, told myself I wouldn't kill again. Told myself I wouldn't do it.
Carragher, should we kill him?
I'm not giving much option not to. Like, I've got literally no reason not to kill this guy.
I have not heard any of this.
Dan just keeps going.
Listen, later, Fulton, later. We can do that later.
It really annoys me that he keeps referring to himself in the third
That's the
person
thing.
as well.
That's the thing that annoys you. Out of all the things,
Aye.
that is, you've laser focused on that. You picked that hill.
It's just really annoying when you blah 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 thinks you should not do that. And it's like, shut up. Refer to yourself in the first person or not at all. Also, the stuff with Sinead.
So specific, that Fulton. So specific.